if you wanted to buy a flat in this area, you'd probably pay upwards of £300,000. But you can buy a boat here for 50, 60, maximum £100,000.
This is the gangplank that leads us up to the houseboat. It's not too steep at the moment. My name is Tina Beattie and this is my houseboat, which is called White Crane, on Swan Island on the tidal Thames. It's a very interesting community here, really all sorts, from people who kind of washed up in the 60s and have never really moved on, to people working in the city who regard this as a kind of fashionable alternative lifestyle.
Quite a special little place, probably the best kept secret in Twickenham. My name's Fiona Gunyon. My dad took the lease on the island nearly 60 years ago. He'd originally been a cooper building barrels. The movement to boat repairs seemed quite a natural progression. We now still own the island and the mainland, and we have about 40 different families living here. And we still run the boatyards. I work very closely with my cousin Mike.
I came here in 1st of June 1982, straight from school. I look after the yard and get boats out of the water, do some maintenance on the boats and repair work. Been a few incidents down here. I mean, it's hard to pick on one particular one, but I think you could make a soap on the place and it'd top EastEnders and Coronation Street and Emmerdale, I think.
A body was washed up a few years ago. We're in a creek here on the land side of the island, and I think someone on the riverside saw it floating. It was someone who'd been missing for a few weeks. So the police came and took it out of the water, basically. When the tides are extremely high, getting on and off the boat is in itself a kind of challenge.
I'd say that living on a boat's a bit like Marmite. You love it or you hate it. It's still a cheaper form of living.
There's something very, very special about living in a place that's been handcrafted. When we bought the place, my husband demolished the top deck and began building this rather large room. For a year we lived rough while he finished it, but this is the result.
You walk on the houseboat and you just think you're in a flat. They're all central heated, double glazed. It's a nice way of living.
I grew up in various parts of Africa. Sometimes I wander along the river and I think, goodness, you know, this could almost be the Zambezi, because you don't see any lights at night when you look across the river. And the good thing about it, it's not the Zambezi, so I swim in the river all year round and I don't have to worry about hippos and crocodiles. I do have to worry about London sewage, but, you know, we can all live with a bit of that.
The water and the river's always been very much a part of my life, my childhood and my adulthood. So for me, it's, you know, it's very special and I can't really imagine living anywhere else.